Yeah, that's why I want to bring in just 2 points. So, what is Hindutva is all is it's a reactionary movement that's happening in India, and what's causing it? It's Islam which is making us react in this fashion. I will give you one example of Will Durant, who has written this history of civilizations, story of civilization. He says that the Islamic invasion of India is the bloodiest of all in that humanity has seen. So we had to bear the brunt of it, and now we don't want a repetition of that, and we should assert ourselves.
Why
Once
now?
So
again, the
Why?
same victim card that you're playing here. I thought you would have reflected upon what we had discussed with such a long 2 hour conversation, I think. But it's the same thing which has been again repeated. And I think you just wanted to prove the point and, probably, put yourself in the victim place and sort of hold accusation against Islam. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what something which was left in the previous team to say, and you wanted to convey that this time.
Ron,
okay.
the question is why now, after 75 years of India's independence, when the Hindus are still 80% in number and the Muslims are a minority, less than 20%? Why
Yes.
now, after 75 years, does it raise its ugly head of Hindutva?
No, it was. It is not
And
today. If you go back, the foundations of RSS was led sometime back in 1930s, even well before the independence happened, because people recognized what is about to come. For example, Pakistan got created as a theocratic state where they say Hindus are second-class citizens. The
You
Constitution of
can't say this
Pakistan
is a
says that.
misconception because Pakistan didn't exist in 1922 whenever the RSS was created.
Yeah, but they saw that coming because
No,
the
no,
founder of
wait a minute. What was the thing that actually made the RSS or bring the RSS into existence? Give me something that triggered it.
Yes, for example, the founder of Aligarh Muslim University, he started this whole movement that Hindus and Muslims cannot live
No,
together. And
I'm saying when the RSS was started, when during the foundation, what made them? What was the
Brother
what was the
Rohan, you're
reason for
too
them?
close to your mic. Can you move the mic away a little bit? We can hear you breathing.
yes, sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Pakistan didn't exist. The Aligarh University didn't exist back then. What was it that started the RSS?
Yes,
What was the main motivation? Let's see if you know the history.
yes. The motivation was there was that religious churning that was happening in India,
No. I'm
and
asking you, what was the main motivation for founding the RSS?
yes, they wanted
It wasn't
to see-
religion. I can tell you that.
It wasn't religion; it was civilizational or cultural. They saw that
So
this
which culture triggered them to make this new movement called the RSS?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The onslaught which happened on India, which was
No. It was earlier than that, Brother Rohan. What Brother Hashim asking is what is the philosophical underpinning that justified the RSS coming into existence?
yes, if I'm understanding it right, they are acting as a protection layer for the philosophical aspects of Hinduism. Hinduism for long lacked
You're
this.
not answering. Sorry, I think you've misunderstood. So what I'm asking for is how did they justify the RSS to come into existence? So there is an argumentation that was put forward, right, in a certain document that was produced, and in that document it outlined why do we exist. Can you recall what was written in that document on why RSS exists?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe you'll have to
Yeah,
enlighten me.
you really need to go and learn the history before you start blaming
Yes.
Islam for it. Because, by the way, the RSS are not the enemies of just the Muslims, also of the Dalits.
Exactly.
No,
They would
no.
use that muscle power of Dalits to, just pit against the Muslims. And I think,
Exactly.
Brother Rohan, you need to study Golwalkar and the way the entire agenda which was there to have this diversity which is there of tradition, language, custom, etc., just to straight jacket it into a monolithic Hinduism. That was one of the things. And of course, to create this kind of external enemy, which will be, so that you can have that external enemy which can be used to whip up this Hindu consolidation that they wanted. So almost like that, Hitler kind of fascism was the basic aim with which they had worked on it. I think
Yes.
let's not bring in those
No,
political
there
ideas
is
when the stream is
no.
not about that.
No, there
Absolutely,
is a need. There was a need for us to assert ourselves in that way. We cannot always remain battered amidst all these castes and all that. We were in need of a focal point so that we could stop. We should stop
But
further
did you
fragmentation of.
think, Brother Rohan, did you think that they actually eradicated the caste system? They did not. In fact, they used it for the personal self-vested interest. This is
No,
very clear.
just the previous
divide and
president
rule
of India.
policy. They use the policy of the English. By the way, Ron, do you think India is only for the Hindus?
Certainly not. Nobody ever says that.
Do you
But
know what Hindutva is? Do you know the philosophers Hindutva?
if you read the constitution enunciated by Mr. Savarkar himself, there he never says that this country will treat the other religionists as second-class citizens. But it happened in
No, it's not
constitution of
about
Pakistan.
treating them as second class. It's the identity of the Hindus which they want to establish in India, that everybody else should leave. This is basically this is exactly what they've been saying all this time, that everybody
Certainly.
else do not deserve this country. It's only for the Hindus.
In fact,
Well-
Brother Rohan, if you would have seen the history of it, of the entire movement, you would have seen that for them, the external enemy was never the Britishers. In fact, they would, they would even get certain kind of concessions from them. They would join. That's the reason why they.
Do you know why Savarkar had to spend 10 long years in that horrible Andaman jails? Because he went
See-
after the British.
Oh, I'm telling you, Lord, if you read the books, even Nanaji Deshmukh in his book has written RSS has been the victim of slander. And they say, and in fact, they wondered why RSS did not take part in the liberation struggle organization.
That's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm asking you why Savarkar had to spend 10 years in Andaman jails.
See,
What was he
again
up to?
now, I
Why
would just
was,
like to say, Brother Rohan,
Ron,
No,
why
no,
was,
it's a great
why
question.
was
Why
the
did he
RSS
spend-
banned
Sorry?
on 3 occasions in India? Why?
Yes, they found that maybe these guys are whipping up passions, and this is not the time to
No,
whip
no.
up
Why were
passions.
they banned? What was the main reason they were banned?
Yes, they were whipping up passions, and some people said that
Whipping up
led to the
passions? What?
yes,
What do you mean
which
whipping
led
up
to,
passions?
yes,
Are
which
you
actually,
trying to say they were promoting sectarian violence? Is that what you want to say?
exactly.
So don't try to sugarcoat it, whipping up passions.
Yes, yes. Okay, if you want it direct,
Exactly.
yes, because India had to bear the brunt of a partition where they said that we are going to create 2 Islamic countries and 1 secular country by breaking India. This was not acceptable for them.
and
They
who
said
was the one who killed Mahatma Gandhi, since you had brought
I think
Mahatma
that's what
Gandhi in the
he's saying,
previous
Sister
scene?
Swati. That's what he wants to say. But
Yeah,
indirectly,
that's
he's
what he wants to
very
he's
unfortunate.
trying to justify the death of Mahatma Gandhi.
exactly.
no. I can never do that. In fact, I am the
Of course, you won't
strongest.
do that in open words. You won't say it. But when you say according to the Hindutva, who was the main person responsible for the division of India?
Well, this is where I have some problems with RSS. They say it's the Nehru Gandhi clan which undertook this exercise.
Why was Gandhi killed? Why was he assassinated by the RSS member?
Not the RSS member. Let's not call him that way. He was from
Really?
the Hindu Mahasabha. He was
So
from the Hindu
you're saying this guy, what's his name?
Godse.
Yeah, Godse.
Godse.
He did not. He did not belong to RSS.
He was from another fringe group called the Hindu Mahasabha.
Did he
So-
belong to RSS or not?
No, I don't think he belonged to RSS.
You
He's
should
from
go and
Hindu
read up
Mahasabha.
because he did belong to RSS. Maybe he might have gone his separate way some other time, but he definitely belonged to RSS.
And also, Brother Hashim, I wanted to ask, you had an entire stream on Hinduism and Hindutva ideology. So did Brother, I wasn't well and I couldn't join that stream. Did Brother Rohan come there? Because that was the entire topic of discussion in that stream. So did Brother Rohan come there, putting
Oh, he
forth
did not
his
come there.
arguments? So
Okay,
then
I
why
think brother
somehow,
Faiz
yeah.
wants to say something on this topic. Faiz, you got a few points you want to add?
Hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Wa alaikum
salam
salam.
wa rahmatullahi.
Uh,
Where are you
I-
calling from, Brother Faiz?
I'm calling from India.
Okay, you're from India, so you probably know more than us who are not in India. So go on, please, add what you want to add.
Yeah, I mean, I do not understand the point these guys are trying to make here. They go round and round and round. I mean, they pour all the hatred when they are in private chat, And at this point of time in India, we are facing like this Dashera. Many of the people have entered into the mosque and urinated. Police are with them. They are not going to provide any help to the Muslims. And these guys, advocate RSS. And they know they want Muslims out of the India. They do not say in front of the camera, but off camera, they all show their hatred. I mean, why are you so insecure? Why are you filled with so much hatred?
He's saying it's a reactionary movement, but the thing is, why is the reaction only mainly against the Muslims? Because if I remember correctly, the Muslims are the one who actually built up India. They are the ones who send the GDP skyrocketing in India. They're the ones
No,
who built
brother.
all these monuments like the Taj Mahal, which is the jewel in the crown of India. Every time when they have a brochure about India, the first picture I see is the Taj Mahal. You're not identified by a temple in India. You're identified by Muslim architecture, a monument built by the Muslims that gives revenue in millions to the Indian government every single year. Okay,
Okay, brother.
but you're
Can
not
I?
against the British or the Christians mainly. They are the ones who looted India. They used to take the cotton back to England and then sell it back to you. Okay, they literally destroyed the country. But no, you're
Absolutely. And
against Muslims
Rohan,
mainly. Why?
Rohan, I want to ask you, I mean, how are you going to lead your life? If you are going to be like this, your heart is going to be, I mean, your life is not going to be easy. Remove the hatred, live
There is,
peacefully.
there is absolutely no space for hatred
Brother,
whatsoever.
you know what is there in your heart, all right?
Absolutely, I know, and for that reason, I'm here to clarify things
All right,
because
all right. Listen. Why are you guys talking about Hindutva? India has been a majority of Hindus, right? The prime
okay, I
minister,
will give you an
president.
example. I will give
No,
you an
no, no.
example.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You guys interrupt a lot. Listen to me. The
Okay.
prime minister of India has always been a Hindu. The president has always been a Hindu. And home minister, everyone. If you count if you see the percentage of advocates or the judges in Supreme Court, high courts, everywhere, they are all Hindus. But still, you think that Hindus are in danger. Why do you think like that? And why do you
Okay.
have to advocate for Hinduism? Just
Okay.
listen.
No, no, it's
Learn
not.
Hinduism.
Sorry, Brother Faiz, just to correct you, it's not Hinduism that we are against. They have
It's
a right to
Hindutva.
stay there. It's the Hindutva, who are the extremists, the fascists, who actually want to get rid of everyone. And they're saying this land is only for the Hindus.
Let me come in there
When there are
because
200 million Muslims, where do you think they'll go? Create a new country?
They
Has
want to
India
chop it off. They want to
extra
chop
space?
every Muslim. I mean,
Yeah,
I can name the massacres,
so
the
we are not against the
Bhagat,
Hindus, just to clarify.
yeah, whatever, Hindutva. I mean, both are the same things.
They are not
they're
saying
not. Brother Faiz, no,
it's
they're
like the
not.
Zionists and the Jews.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
be careful here.
not every Jew is a Zionist, and not every Hindu is a Hindutva.
Hindutva. Exactly. So we need to be, because look, this is a public broadcast. Okay, we need to be very careful with vocabulary. So we agree. And to answer the question earlier, which Rohan you didn't answer, so let me actually read something out to you, which is it's actually public information. It's out there, and it's research that is underpinned by most of academia. And it says that Gowalkar's vision of a Hindu state drew inspiration from Italian fascism, specifically Mussolini's organization of fascist paramilitary forces. And in comparing the Hindus in India, supremacy of Hitler's Aryan race, Gowalkar wrote, to keep up the purity of its race and culture, Germany shocked the world by purging the country of the Semitic races, the Jews. Race pride at its highest has been manifested here. A good lesson for us in Hindustan to learn and profit by. This is the underpinning philosophy that I asked for that drove the creation of this organization known as the RSS. So therefore, you see, nowhere in there do I see the word religion. Nowhere in there do I see that this is driven by some kind of faith tradition that he has a problem with. No, his entire foundation is he wants race pride, i.e. nationalism, and a fascist paramilitary elite to take front stage. What do you say to that?
Okay, now first I'll answer Faiz's question and next to yours. Why Hindus are assertive these days? Recently, the ex-Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan himself said that the Hindu women of Pakistan are being forcefully dragged out of their homes and are being converted into Islam. Prime Minister of Pakistan says this. And the Pakistan tried to bring in a law which prohibits forceful conversions. And again, that was stalled and they removed it, saying time is not conducive to bring in this, which means what? Forcible conversions are fine in Pakistan.
And then you say, Brother Rohan, that you have not come, you have no hatred in
See,
your heart, you have not come to
exactly. That's
incite
what I wanted to
anything.
figure out.
I mean,
Is this
look at
hatred?
it, look at the statements, look at the stream, look at the
Why?
topic of the stream, and you are bringing
Yes.
something which was not a part of it, and you're saying
Is
there is
this
not even an iota of hatred.
What,
Look at the
what
claims
is the
which you are
reference?
making.
So, so
No, we don't
you
need
made
reference. They got the Hindus who have got the Garwapsi thing, which is no different to what some Muslims are doing in Pakistan. Look, we are not here representing either the Indian government or the Pakistan government. The last thing we want to get
Right.
involved in is politics. Okay,
Exactly,
Here
that
we
is
we don't
not
do
the
politics
topic
on
of
the
the
channel.
stream.
and we want to stick to that. So this is always a problem with discussing with Hindus. They have to
I
be in
think
Pakistan.
I think
There's no right.
with
There's a lot of static in the line. I guess, Rohan, please put the mic in.
with
Sorry,
all
Rohan,
due
one
respect,
second.
Rohan.
we need to say goodbye to Mr. Rohan Saxena because we're not going to discuss Hindutva on this stream. And we've got a few other guests, and it's been a long stream for Sister Swati as well. So thanks for coming, Rohan Saxena. And maybe in our future streams,
If we have another stream on Hindutva, we can come on and have that discussion.
you're most welcome to join
Thanks.
there. Okay,
Thank you.